Welcome into DRF Daily, DRF Sportsbooks betting live stream. We're doing Steelers Colts. We have a fantastic pick for that will make you some money, and a little bit of a player prop that I think has insane value that I'm 99.9% sure it will hit. And then, of course, we have to break down USA Iran. So much stuff happening around that game, and it hasn't even kicked off yet. That game will kick off tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. But the Steelers take on the Colts here in Monday Night Football. I mean, this is a game we've all been clamoring for, right? I want to see the two offenses that score 17 points or less per game face off in primetime. I mean, can't the NFL flex this one out? Couldn't we have gotten, I don't know, Seahawks Raiders in this spot? Could we have gotten a better game than Steelers Colts? I mean, the Colts have kind of turned the corner since Jeff Saturday took over 2 weeks ago. They picked up a win against the Raiders, and then last week nearly upset the Eagles, and the Eagles nearly lost back-to-back games. But the Eagles figured it out. They ended up winning that game. So the Colts are 1-1 under Jeff Saturday, and it's been an overall disappointing season for the Indianapolis Colts. They came into this year as Super Bowl dark horse favorites, and we all know how that has ended. It has not ended in a good way for the Colts. Ended up firing Frank Wright, of course, and now they come into this game looking a little bit off, but Pittsburgh is kind of in a much worse spot. They don't have a quarterback of the future. Mike Tomlin is looking at his first losing season, not making the playoffs. And Pittsburgh, they're 1-3 straight up over their last four. Their best game was against the Saints, and the Saints' wheels have just kind of fallen off as this season has gotten further and further along. Jameis Winston out, Andy Dalton in, Alvin Kamara's taking snaps in the Wildcat, Taysom Hill's out there. The Saints are a dumpster fire, and that's the Steelers' only win over this last month of games. Pittsburgh's also 0-7 in a road game after a loss, and that's since the start of 2020. The Steelers haven't been able to they haven't been able to rebound well after a loss on the road, so you can all but chalk this one up as a win for the Colts. Pittsburgh, their offense is inept. Their offense is one of the worst in the entire National Football League. They're 27th in yards per game. They're 22nd in pass yards, 22nd in rush yards, and now it seems like the team kind of wants to jump off the Najee Harris train. He might not be as good as his rookie year made us believe he was. And they don't score a lot of points. They average, as you see there, 17 points per game, a negative 7.4 point differential this season. Not only are they losing, but they're getting blown out. Their strength of schedule is pretty tough. It is tougher than the Colts, but at the same time, they're just not competing. They do finally have TJ Watt back. He came back, I believe, last week after his week 1 injury, but that doesn't really do much for this Steelers team, who are all but out of the playoffs in a tough AFC North. But you look on the other side, the Colts, well, they're not much better. The Colts are pretty bad as well, and the total set at 39.5. That's not because we're looking at two fantastic defenses. A total of 39.5 in this one is because we're looking at two completely abysmal offenses. Two offenses that can't score more than 17 points per game. Two offenses that are bad. Two offenses that don't have a quarterback now and don't have a quarterback for the future. Two offenses that had a feature running back that everyone was excited about, and now they're leaving something to be desired. I could keep going on. Colts average just 16 points per game. Just 16 points per game. Terrible, terrible, terrible. 4.1 yards per rush, 6 yards per pass. Slightly better passing offense than the Steelers. And that may come up big because the Steelers have one of the worst pass defenses in the entire National Football League. Pittsburgh is they allow the second most yards through the air. This is a Steelers defense that allows 272 yards a game, 7.5 yards per attempt. An absolutely abysmal secondary. And what makes them look better, though, is that they have the 6th best rush defense. They allow just 103 yards a game on the ground. But that might be because teams are just absolutely shredding them through the air. And Indianapolis, well, they don't have a great rushing attack, so they may have to rely on Matt Ryan. It looked like Jeff Saturday was figuring out the Jonathan Taylor stuff. It looked like Jonathan Taylor was coming back off an injury and was playing really, really well. And they put up 200 yards in Jeff Saturday's first game. They put up 200 yards against the Las Vegas Raiders. But then last week against the Eagles, who's not the best team, the Eagles, who are one of the top teams in stopping the run, lost my train of thought there. Wheels came off the track. They only got 99 yards. So you got to start questioning, have they figured out Jonathan Taylor? They're averaging about 150 yards per game in 2 games, a very small sample size. But I think they're going to rely on Matt Ryan a lot in this game, and I think that's going to benefit the Colts as they're going to shred through the Steelers secondary. If they're adamant on running the football, which they might be, things might not go well for them. TJ Watt's back, like I said. This is a Steelers defense that allows just about 100 yards per game on the ground. If you run into the teeth of this defense, that's where their strength is, and you're going to have a bad game. You need to rely on Matt Ryan. You need to hope that he has it tonight, and you need to hope that he's going to be able to connect with some receivers and get some big-time yards. I got to go Colts minus 140 money line, and I know that might be a wimp out pick, and it is. This is a wimp out pick. Do I trust the Colts to win by 2.5? I don't, which is really weird to say, but these are 2 terrible offenses. This game could be 15-17 for all I know, and the Colts don't cover. And at minus 140, I'm okay with eating a little bit of money there and taking that bet on the money line for them to win just straight up. I think at home, the Colts have found somewhat of an identity under Jeff Saturday. They look reinvigorated. Maybe Frank Reich's messaging was getting stale on this team, and Jeff Saturday comes in and he knows how to lead these guys. I'm not sure, but the Colts should win this game. They are going to be without DeForest Buckner, and they're going to be without Yannick Ngakoue. So the Steelers' offense may be able to run the ball fairly well. Kenny Pickett might even have time, but Kenny Pickett just hasn't looked like that dude for the Steelers since he's taken over. So I'm going to go with the veteran quarterback, the veteran signal caller, and this Colts team who have the talent. Let's see if they can put it together tonight and pick up a win. I'm going Colts minus 140. And then we're going to hit a player prop that I think has insane value. Matt Ryan, his over-under pass yard prop is set at 235.5 pass yards. He's gone over that 5 times this season in 11 games. In 10 games. He's gone over it 5 times in their 10 games. His career average against the Steelers, 282 pass yards. Pittsburgh's defense has allowed over 235.5 pass yards every single game, but 2 of them, and one of them was against the Saints, who I just said has that weird QB carousel going on, and of course, they better beat the Saints, and they better hold that offense down. On average, Pittsburgh allows 272 pass yards. Matt Ryan, he should have himself a good game. Not really sure what the injury situation is for the Colts. I haven't really been following that receiver situation too closely this season. But Matt Ryan should step in and have a good game and put up over 235.5 pass yards. If he doesn't, I don't know what to say. He's already washed. Whatever. But I'm riding with Matt Ryan and the veteran signal caller here tonight in prime time.